Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Man Shed. Now today's video is going to be quite a short one for me. You know me, I do waffle, has been commented on. But what it is this. It's just a moisture absorbing bag for the car. Now I've got an MG ZS EV and there has been a few comments on the Facebook group that it tends to mist up the windscreen a bit more than your average car. I'm not sure on that. The jury's out on that. Maybe a tiny bit more than my last one, which was a Ford Focus. I don't know. It's hard to tell without having the two cars side by side to do a proper side by side comparison in exactly the same conditions. But either way, both cars tended to sort of mist up inside the windscreen as any car would on a moisture-filled, cold, frosty, wintry type day. There's no water ingress anywhere. There's no water getting in the car's nothing damp. It's just your usual sort of thing you get. So I got this just to try it from Aldi. Now I got it a couple of months ago, probably about 3 months ago actually. But I just got around to doing a review on it. It was only £2.99. Now it's the same thing as this one here on Amazon. And as you can see on Amazon here, it's a bit dearer, £6.95, but it's the same thing. So, like I said, £2.99 from Aldi. And all you do, it weighs 1 kilogram. Now, I weighed it, what I'm going to do throughout this video, I'm going to weigh it at various stages on these scales. And I weighed it, as you'll see in a bit, when it was totally dry. I totally dried it out over the space of about a week on this radiator behind me in the man shed while I was in here, and I got it down. The lowest I could get it was 995 grams, so basically a kilogram, which is what they claim on the box. So in its totally dry state it weighs a kilogram. Okay, if we weigh this one now, you'll have to excuse the noise. I've just got a 3D print going. It's a Crash Bandicoot print for the grandson to hold his Xbox controller. That's the legs I did yesterday. Now it's busy doing the top of it. But that's by the by, I may do a video on that one day. But as you can see, here is the moisture absorbing bag. And there, if we weigh it, as you can see, there's nothing, it's not being supported by the scales or anything. All the weight is on the thing, and it's 992 grams. So to all intents and purposes, it's a kilogram when it's totally dried out. Now all this is silica gel. It's like grains of rice or seeds or whatever, sometimes the little round globules. I can't tell obviously what this is. You'll have seen it in the little tiny sachets that you get in cameras and electrical equipment. And the way it works, it absorbs any moisture. My CCTV cameras, if you check out my video up here, on, is it up here or up here? I always forget. On the CCTV cams, you'll see that there's little tiny bags of it in each of them cameras, and it absorbs any moisture, helps keep it away from electrical stuff and that, and then when it's warm and it heats up, it dries out and it's ready to absorb some more. So once this is full of moisture it's absorbed from the car, you've got to heat it up to dry it out. Now it says on the box, on the Aldi box, you can do it in a microwave, 800 watt microwave, for 12 minutes per side. Now I tried it and I didn't sort of keep an eye on the time, and I went back in and there was a horrible smell in the room, tiny sort of bit of smoke, and when I took this out it absolutely stunk. I'd overdone it, and inside all the nice, you can hear them, loose grains of silica gel, whatever it is, had all amalgamated into solid blocks. So I literally had to smash it with a hammer to break them all up, introduce a bit more moisture, and totally break them all up. Now I tried, just for curiosity, to fill it. I wrote the figures down here. I absolutely soaked this in a sink of water to see how much it would absorb. I don't advise doing that because it gets it absolutely soaking wet and you've got to wring it out. And when you wring it out, it's all a horrible oozy, it's like a pink colour. Looks horrible. You still sort of see these sort of stains are still left. I've wiped them off from it. So it's not designed to do that, to soak up water in a sink, but I just wanted to see how much it would absorb. So I did that, and then I wrung it out to get all the loose water out, hung it out on the line till it stopped dripping, and then I weighed it, and the maximum I got it up to was, where are we, fully soaked in the sink, was 1,476 grams. So it weighs a kilogram and it absorbed half its own weight in water. So that's an easy way to see when you need to heat it up to dry it out again. That's what you're going to do. Once it's absorbed its maximum weight, which is like 1.476 kilograms, you're going to take it out of your car and dry it. Now I've since then used the radiator behind me method because I don't use the car that often. If you're doing it every day, it's not going to fill it with moisture every day. So use the microwave by all means. It's a lot quicker, but keep an eye on the time and keep trying every minute or so. And if you feel them locking together, you've done it too long. So said I keep this short, but big long waffle as usual. So let's see it now. I'm going to put it on the dashboard of the car. First of all, I'll show you what happens if you don't use a certain thing, which I'll show you in a minute. Though, on my car, if you go around a corner, a left-hand corner, fast. So here you can see it, just as we're approaching the traffic light, so it's only about 20 miles an hour. And you can see it immediately shoots right over to the right-hand side of the dash, so clearly I had to sort something out. So obviously you have to find a way of stopping it sliding across the dash. Now you may be wondering what that little round blob is there. What I tried at first was the like an industrial Velcro, if you will, made of solid plastic. Little hooks and little eyes, grab pads that are really good if you can get them to stick to something. And the one that was stuck to this did stick to this pretty well, but I had trouble getting it to stick to the dash, even though I cleaned all the dash first with alcohol, put it on, it wouldn't stick securely. So once I'd located it, my idea was I pushed it on there and it would stop it doing the sliding, but it didn't. So what I used instead, I ripped that off and scrapped that idea. And I found this in the house. Now I'd used this previously on the top of a surface to hold the PlayStation 4, but it's a non-slip rubber pad, and I just doubled it up. So if you just get yourself a size just to fit the bag, that certainly does the trick, as you'll see. So this is the sort of stuff, as you can see, you can get it from Amazon. I forget how much I paid, but you may be able to pick up some cheaper. But as you'll see now in this vid, it certainly does the trick and it certainly stops it sliding around. So as you can see, with that mat on, it totally stops it sliding across the dash. So it's up to you if you want to wedge it somewhere else. If you wedge it right on the MG, right in the left-hand side, as I did, and push it up right against sort of the glass, it does just clear the defrosting vents. So it's not blocking them at all. So I'm now it's going to be at least a couple of weeks completing this video, because I'm going to try, or at least a week, say, at various stages, and I'm going to weigh it without heating it up on various days and show you if it is absorbing the moisture. So let's just do that now. Okay, so this is the car early morning without the bag in place. This is it inside. Let's see, it's misted up, and as you can see, the bag isn't in place. I've just got the rubber rubber base bit to put it on there. But we are misted up inside. And again, we've got moisture on the side windows. What you can see. So let's see how it is on the morning once the bag's in place. Okay, so this is 3 days after I fitted it. You can see it's a dampish morning. And inside, hard to show you this, but it feels pretty dry. There isn't any mist on the inside today. I'll try it a couple of other days as well. It's hard trying to find exactly the same conditions as before, but you can see it's on the outside. See a finger on the outside. It's quite wet. You can hear that. But on the inside, that's pretty dry. There's no mist at all. So that bit I just filmed then on this same date. I've just taken it out and just weighed it, and you can see the weight has now gone up to 1028. If you remember when I put it in after it's totally dry, it was something like just under 1 kilogram, so like 996, 998. So it's definitely absorbed something and gone up. I'll put it straight back in the car now. I'm not going to do any drying, and then I'll take it out again after another couple of days and see where it's gone up to then. So this is now Tuesday, a couple of days after I did the other. You can see this isn't rain, it's just moisture, so it's been quite a wet night. What it's like inside. So here we are inside, and again, that's pretty dry. Again, really hard to show you, but you know, you can tell by the squeak that's quite dry. There's no dripping moisture or anything like that, or any mist on the inside. And we'll go and give the bag away. So here we are. This is the weight of it today on that Tuesday. Again, none of this bag is touching either the worktop or the body of the scales itself. It's all on the glass plate. So that is the accurate weight. And as you can see, it is 1058. 1058 grams. So it's absorbed another 30 grams worth of weight of moisture since we last weighed it a couple of days ago. So we'll take it off now, go and put it back in the car, and we'll wait again in another couple of days. As you can see, I was charging it last night. Let's just have a look on the inside. Well, again, it's hard to see with all the frost on, but there's no actual. There is moisture there. You would need to demist that, but it's not dripping or anything like that. The outside temperature is, let's have a quick look. You can see that, yeah, 2 degrees C according to that. So let's go and give it away. Okay, so that's a little a baby Groot planter I've just printed on the 3D printer for my daughter. One day I'll get around to doing a video on the 3D printer. But here we are weighing it, and as you can see on the bag it says 1106 grams. So the last one was 1058, so it's gained another 48 grams of weight. So as you can see, it is absorbing the weight bit by bit. So I think that's enough weigh-ins now. I think I'll just dry it out and finish off this video. Okay, so there you have it. It does definitely help. It's not going to totally cure your any condensation. You're going to have to still use the car's facilities, the demisting. If you press the button on the MG, there's a button that brings on the blower at full blast, the heater at full blast, the heated rear windscreen, and diverts all the air to the front windscreen as well. So like your full demist mode, you're still going to have to use that initially, and then once it's sort of demisted to stop it reforming, just tweak them down, the fan speed, the heat and so on. You're going to have to put up with some loss of range. It's not too bad. Even on sort of full blast everything, it works. It shows on mine about 8 miles loss of range, but that would be running everything all the time, and you wouldn't do that. You'd tweak them down, turn them on and off. But using something like this will definitely help, and other than making the top of your dashboard look a bit uglier, there's nothing really to lose. So yeah, I keep mine in all the time. Only take it out every sort of like 2 or 3 weeks, and give it a dry out here in the shed. And yeah, I quite like it, but the choice is yours. So if you do want to see any more of these reviews, please subscribe by clicking the little shed icon here. And I hope to see you for another review very, very soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.